This video is sponsored by the low polygon Dinosaur t-shirts and mugs. And phone cases. Check them out. Dilophosaurus versus Utahraptor. What? Surely this isn't a fair fight. Well, let's find out. Dilophosaurus lived in what is now North America during the early Jurassic, about 190 million years ago. The genus name means two-crested lizard, and no, it did not have a venom frill like Jurassic Park suggested.
One of the earliest carnivores, we now know Dilophosaurus is actually poisonous.
Wrong, the venom frills were due to the DNA gaps being filled with frog DNA, and you knew that. Utahraptor is the oldest known and largest of the dromaeosaurids. Utahraptor was what Velociraptor was supposed to be in Jurassic Park. Yes, the real Velociraptor was the size of a chicken. But Utahraptor came along to save us from broken dreams. Anyway, let's get this fight started. First, some stats. Dilophosaurus, height 2 meters, length 6 meters, weight 1 ton in the upper max range. Bite force around 2000 newtons, very weak. Speed 32 kilometers per hour. Diet prosauropods, small dinos, and possibly fish. Now onto the weapons of Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus probably did not possess a venom frill and spit. Dilophosaurus had 13cm hand claws and 15cm toe claws. It also possessed a bony head crest, which was most likely used for attracting a mate, but could come in handy during battle. Okay, now onto the stats of Utahraptor. Height 1.7 meters, length 7 meters, weight 1 ton. Bite force, I'm guessing more than Deinonychus, so let's say 8,500 newtons. Speed 50 kilometers per hour. Diet small prey but also large herbivores. Now onto the weapons of Utahraptor. Each inside toe had a large 10-inch hooked claw that was controlled by a strong tendon. This claw was held upward when the animal was walking or running. However, when it attacked, the tendon snapped tight and the claw clamped down with great speed and force, slicing deeply into its victim. Recently, Gignac et al. 2010 presented a selection of bite marks to show Deinonychus is capable of deeply puncturing bone with powerful bites. Experiments with modern cow bones suggest that Deinonychus needed a whopping 8,200 newtons to puncture Tenontosaurus bones, to a degree seen in the fossil remains. Utahraptor also possessed excellent binocular vision and strong arms. Okay, now onto the advantages of Dilophosaurus in this battle. Poor Dilophosaurus didn't have many advantages in this battle, besides being slightly larger and possessing tougher bones. But maybe he wasn't such a pussy. In 1988, Paul dismissed the idea that Dilophosaurus was a scavenger and claimed that strictly scavenging terrestrial animals are a myth. He stated that the snout of Dilophosaurus was better braced than had been thought previously, and that the very large, slender maxillary teeth were more lethal than the claws. Paul suggested that it hunted large animals, such as prosauropods. Dilophosaurus had a bony head crest, which could have been used for headbutting. Why not? Okay, now onto the disadvantages of Dilophosaurus. Like Allosaurus, Dilophosaurus possessed a very weak jaw, and he didn't have a slashing axe bite. Samuel Paul Wells thought that it used its front premaxillary teeth for plucking and tearing rather than biting, and the maxillary teeth at the back for piercing and slicing. He thought that it was probably a scavenger, and that if it did kill large animals, it would have done so with its hands and feet rather than its jaws. Dilophosaurus was also slightly slower and less agile than Utahraptor. Dilophosaurus had much smaller hand and toe claws, compared to the massive lethal claws possessed by Utahraptor. Dilophosaurus likely had less hunting experience. Okay, now onto the advantages of Utahraptor. Well, he was faster and more agile. Utahraptor also had a stronger bite force, and he would have battled viciously using biting attacks and claws. Utahraptor was no stranger to attacking large dinosaurs. Utahraptor was also one of the most intelligent dinosaurs to ever live. Now onto the disadvantages of Utahraptor. Well, he was slightly smaller and lighter. His bones were less dense, which means maybe they'd break easier during battle. Okay, let's fight! Utahraptor and Dilophosaurus slowly circle each other. Dilophosaurus is hesitant as Utahraptor rushes towards him. Utahraptor leaps onto Dilophosaurus and digs its sickle claws into Dilo's side, biting viciously at the same time. Dilophosaurus quickly rolls to the ground and crushes Utahraptor under his 1-ton body. Utahraptor suffers a broken forearm, but keeps attacking. Utah leaps onto Dilo again and digs his sickle claws deep. Dilo's intestines spill to the ground. The end. Verdict: I reckon Utahraptor would win 90% of the time. It's simply more badass. I usually say, but do not sleep on, insert dinosaur name. But this time, no, you can sleep on Dilophosaurus. I'm not calling him a pussy, but this dino really doesn't have much going for him. Then again, people used to underestimate Allosaurus, and turns out he's quite badass, so you never know. Who do you think would win the fight? Please let me know in the comments below. Also, which dinosaur battle video would you like to see next? Oh, and check out my low poly dinosaur series, created by me, by hand. Visit www.viralkiller.one to purchase. Thank you.